Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Damp Sam's podcast. I hope you're enjoying this lovely hot weather, and today I want to talk to you about a little gadget that we're going to be using in the condensation season, which is coming up fairly soon. But first of all, I've got a big smile on my face. I was going through all my old stuff the other day and I found this DVD thing. I was looking in the drawer and read all these old discs from years back. You remember when you used to have to put a DVD into a computer to sort of watch films and things like that, and you don't have to do it now. But so I'm looking through all my old stuff and I found these two CDs that I were only thinking of the other day, and it's I just want to play it first because I've been trying to get it onto this podcast. And I can't get it, but just have a listen to this. There might be an awkward silence first.
So, you need some damp proofing then?
Yes, any suggestions?
Well, you need it to be all dry.
Of course I do, not going to have just bits of it dry.
No, I mean you need all dry damp proofing.
Well, yes, of course I do.
No, you ring all dry.
Oh, you mean the company All Dry Damp Proofing?
All Dry Damp Proofing, the local damp proofing, plastering and dry basement renovation specialists. From dampness to dryness in days. Call Barnsley 287 181. That's 287 181.
So there you go. That was me advert, what I paid for, that used to be on Dern FM. Remember that, Dern FM? Is it still going? Of course it is. So what happened was, that cost me over £1,000 to have done, and at the time I just had a brainwave and thought that's going to get us some work in that, and I think I got one job off it. The power of advertising, that is. One job I think it was, and I'd not done any courses back then, no social media courses, nothing. Advertising used to go through Yellow Pages and things like that, and I just had a brainwave. There's no damp proofers that's advertising on radio, so I phoned up and see if I couldn't get a deal. I got a guy out, and we sort of went through things about what I wanted and what they could provide, and basically it went out like what I wanted. I wanted it in a proper Barnsley accent, and that's more like a Sheffield, Wakefield-y. I think basically they used these two guys who used to do all their adverts, and yeah, it's a good effort. Don't get me wrong, it's a good effort, and it sounds well. And everybody that heard it said, it sounded really professional. But I wanted it in a Barnsley accent, and I wanted them to say other stuff, and I ended up with that. So it was £1,000 well spent, because now I can play it, and obviously it'll probably get more airplay now. More people are hear it now than they did back then. So I might even break even on that £1,000 if somebody can think it. So what I did, I bought this writer because I found the CD. I bought this CD writer from Apple. Because there were another video from when I used to have a clothes shop as well. We had another waste of money. We had a video made at shop front, and that it was an advert that came through, and at the time it sounded good. I've just watched it back, and honestly, you can do better with phone. It's basic as all. It's not even a film. It's like pictures. That you can get an app now. What does it better? Music's alright, and I've been trying to play that on here, but I can't seem to get it up on out. It's stuttering and stuff like that, so I don't know whether it's Disco Mucky or whatever, but I think I tried uploading it to YouTube, and when I've had a look, it's not there, so I don't know what's happening with that. So we'll talk a bit more about my advert. So back in 80s, back in the day or whatever, is that what you said, back in the day? Back in 80s, the only, it was like a social media were only just starting, internet was just starting. I got, I think this was made in 2000. because I'd just sold my house, I bought this place, or we were just buying this place, and I needed a bit of spare cash. I think that what thing, it weren't 2000, it were about 2003, because I started all dry damp proofing. It might have even been, it might have been a bit later. I don't know. There's no dates on it, so I don't know. So it might have been a bit later. But I can remember, like, I weren't really computer literate. I had an email address and that was it. I had a desktop computer which I bought off Tucking Terry, and I think I've still got it downstairs. Tucking Terry, the damp doctor now. He used to be a computer builder for Osborne Computers, and he came labouring for us, me and Sid, and bright kid that he is, he's now got his own damp company. Well, basement, he does basement conversions now. Was the damp doctor, got rid of that name for some reason, and I think he's Yorkshire Basements. I think it's Yorkshire Basements. I'm not really sure, but only thing is, I did look on Company's House the other day for some reason because I saw his van. Alright, Tuck, if you're watching, I saw his van, and Company's been folded on Company's House. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know whether he's deregistered from VAT or what, but I've seen his van knocking about, so he's still doing it. So that's another plug for him, Yorkshire Basements, I think it is. So yeah, Yorkshire Basements, if you're watching, Tuck. So yeah, so that one good thing that come from it. So I decided to start doing all this advertising and stuff. You had Yellow Pages, what you could go on, and that what main thing really. Everybody went through Yellow Pages, Barnsley Chronicle, Independent, and social media side had not really started. People were doing it, but there weren't that many people using it to get contractors and things like that. Obviously it's exploded now, everybody's doing stuff, people are doing videos, but it were a big lesson for me that I paid all that money out and didn't get a much return on it. So ROI, return on investment, was probably did break even, because I think I can remember a job that I got and it was over £1,000. So yeah, I did break even, but we weren't getting them inquiries coming through. But my social media side weren't set up. I'd not been to my business coach. I'd not been with him. We'll remain nameless. I don't want to advertise that side of things, because I think it was a bit of a con. I got loads of value out of it. They showed me different ways, but I think they were being a bit cagey with these grants. We got told that we got like so many thousands of grants, but there were never any paperwork saying this is from government, this is from them. So it just makes you wonder whether they were just charging you that and saying you were getting half. I don't know. I'd like to see proof that it was, you know what I mean, it were actual grants. I don't know. So yeah, so we'll keep that out of it. But it did put me in touch with Mark Radford, who built my website, who runs my website and everything, and he's brilliant with social media. He's great with social media, so that side of things set me up, and I went down the route of trying to get free social media, so free advertising, which is what this is basically. You know, this is free advertising, that's free advertising, video. So podcasts, videos, and whereas before we had a budget that we were paying loads of money out. I'd sort of pay to Facebook Marketplace, to Facebook ads, Instagram ads, a quid a day or something like that. I'll send stuff off and that, and then you're just getting your brand out there. So obviously Damp Sam's my brand. People know me as Damp Sam. All Dry Damp Proofing comes after that. So that was my radio ad. that I'm going to start smashing that. If I could get it onto here, I'd have it on all the time. But what I want to talk about today, the condensation season's coming up in September. Now we've had torrential rain prior to torrential rain prior to this sunny spell, which is absolutely cracking flags. It's boiling, and so where this trends. So the warning: these conditions are very humid, and dry rot spores will germinate in these conditions. So if you've got a dark area that's like under floorboards, if you've had dry rot before, and conditions are right, so if there's a lot of water and it's humid, dry rot spores will grow, germinate, and then you can, they'll start looking for food, which is timbers and things like that. And you are susceptible to dry rot in these places, attics, subfloors, things like that. So things to look out for: have a smell. So if you can smell mushrooms or fungusy smells, call one of us. If you've got some warping of your floorboards, if there's deflection, if the floorboards are bending and it's deflecting, then there could be an issue. I've got a parcel that's due, and I can hear door slammers, and I've just got a funny feeling this is going to be postman, so I might have to shoot off and just sign for this parcel, but I can't see anybody. Right, what I'm going to talk about is condensation season's coming up, and there's a little gadget. There's the best thing that I've ever seen for telling whether your property has got high humidity in it. Now, what it's good for is you don't have to have, in winter, you don't have to have windows open all the time, because sometimes conditions outside are humid. So when it's raining, if it's misty, if it's really cold, these are what we call humid conditions. If you have your windows open, then that humidity can come inside, and it's going to be relative. On the other side of things, we keep his windows shut. I don't know why I'm doing that, but we keep his windows shut all the time during winter, but they need to open so that the humid air, which is built up from your cooking, washing, and all manner of things, lifestyle in winter. So humidity levels build up, and your air molecules which are around fill with moisture, and when it's cold, your air molecules shrink and they're small, and when you put heating on and it's warmer, these air molecules expand, and that means they hold more water. But then when heating goes off and they shrink, then water condenses out of it, because they fill with water, moisture. So when they shrink, water condenses out of it. So that's why when you go to bed at night, you turn heating off, and the air's still circulating. There's more chance of condensation forming on cold spots, which are your cold spots there. There's probably be a cold band of air down near skirting level if you've got subfloor air vents and there's gaps in your flooring. That'll create like a band of cold air, and then when your air circulates, when it goes up, because warm air rises, and then when it comes back round, when it hits that cold band of air, then it condenses. So I've finally got around to it. So there's a little tool what you can have, and it's called the Moldless, and this is it. Now this is one at Fustons that whatever brought out. This is what first batch, and there's something up with this first batch that Tanya told me and I forgot, and it's a bit like when she's a multi-billionaire from selling all these to all councils, then I'll have some of this first batch, and they'll be a bit like Harry Potter's first first books, and they'll be worth a fortune, but I'll not know why, because I can't. I forgot why they're worth. What's wrong with it? So anyway, never mind. But beauty of these things are, so I'm gonna, because I've got a podcast on, I'm gonna explain this. Right, moldless. It's a small round screen that can be hung or can be clipped together, and it's got like a little stand on it, so you can sit it on a windowsill, you can sit it on a worktop, things like that, anywhere in a big room. Now it's split into 4 sections, so you've got like a dark green, a lime green, an orange and a red, and they've all got smiley faces on. So I'm just showing camera, so they've all got smiley faces on, and then there's a small lever stick, like a hand of a clock, and that goes from left hand corner and it goes outwards. And what this does is basically what's called a hygrometer, and it's designed out of a soft metal, and when that soft metal gets wet, I'm just trying to think of what metal it is. Is it magnesium? No, it's a soft metal anyway. I'm trying to think back to my old science days at school. I don't know why I'm thinking of magnesium. Magnesium's really soft, isn't it? It can't be that. So it's coiled in a certain way, and when there's like 2 little grills on back, and air flows it in and out, and when I'm trying to think what it's attached to. I don't know, it's attached to a patch of, like a plaster over it or something. But when that gets humid, when it gets wet, the lever goes from the green, and wetter it gets, it goes up and up and up and up till it gets to red. And this simple gadget tells you how humid your room is, or how humid the inside of your property is. So you stick it down somewhere on a bookshelf, as long as it's not like next to a kettle or next to a bath or next to a sink. Put it away from that, and it'll tell you how humid it is, and it's a guide. So it's the most simple guide that you can get. It's got smiley faces on, so even like sort of most harder thinking person, even a really small child can see, because it's got smiley faces. It goes green to red, danger sign red, green for go, sad face in red, smiley face in green. So you know that if that's sat on your side in February, and you look at it, you walk past and you look at it, and that black lever is pointing at red, all you need to think about is, I need to open windows. And what we say is, open your windows on a blue sky day. So even in winter, you'll get like a day where there'll be no cloud, it'll be crisp, and sometimes sun will be out. So have a look. If it's a blue sky, it's not heavy, dark clouds, blue sky, open all your windows for 10 minutes, 15 if you want, that's all. You don't have to have them open all the time. All you're doing is opening your windows, all your windows in your property, so that air will cross flow all the way through. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that'll get rid of the damp, moist air, and clean air will come in. Shut your windows and you've got clean air inside your property. So that's all this is. It's a guide, but it's the most simple, best thing that you can buy. And what we want to do is we want to get every property in England to have one of these. And if every property in England had one of these, that'd make our job a lot easier. There'd be less for us to do. We want it so we're going to properties and looking at it and saying, yeah, it's fine in here. Oh, you've got your moldless, have you? Using that as a guide. It'll save people thousands and thousands. It'll save government hundreds of thousands. It'll save councils hundreds of thousands, because that little gadget there will show people that it's time to open a window. Just walking past it, it'll remind them, it's in red, we need to open a window. So if you keep drilling it into them that the moldless means moistureless, if that's a saying. The moldless means moistureless in your house. So we love this gadget, we absolutely love it. And what I've done is I've stocked up. So this is what I'm giving away to Relations. So it comes like that. And it comes in a pack like this. There's a website that you can go on. There's a quick explanation on back here. So you've got on back at packet, you've got a what's it say? So it tells you what a risk of mold is, which is orange. There's a risk of mold if it's in orange, and then when it's in red, it just tells you different things. So it says fresh, dry air needs to move around things. So basically opening windows. It tells you to cover a pan to reduce the heat. It tells you to stop moist air spreading around the property by shutting doors to your bathrooms. Dry your clothes outside, if possible, not inside. Put your cold water in your bath first rather than hot water, so it's not stood. Windows opened, windows closed, do the opposite. I don't understand that bit, so Tanya's going to have to tell me what. And then there's some information at bottom. Clear moist air when cooking and bathing or drying laundry. All year round, right. If the meter stays in the red, blue sky days are best for drying damp air. Do this by opening 2 vents on opposite sides of your home. So that's 2 windows. Pulling back nets and blinds. So basically what I said, blue sky day, open all your windows, have that cross flow. I'd say 10 minutes. 10 minutes, it's blown, air's changed. I know it might be cold, but shut windows and then put your heating back on. But it's blue sky day, so that's all you have to do. You know what I mean? It beats getting getting mould stuff and spraying that all over and having mould all in your corners, having mould everywhere. Your paint flaking, condensation all above skirtings, big damp patches on your chimney breasts where your sulphate salts are absorbing moisture from inside property. Buy one of these. Go on website, which is let me just tell you what website is, if I can get it, find it. Because remember, I'm blind as a bat and I ain't got my glasses. So mold-less.co.uk. So www.mold-less.co.uk. And if you want to get in touch with me, I'll get you one. And I think they're about a tenner. So about a tenner. There's a bulk price, but you're not going to be buying 160 odd like what I have. So I bought 160 odd. And I can have them sent out to customers and things like that via their website. But what I'm going to do with these is when we have anybody that books a damp and condensation survey, we have to go out and look at the property and tell them what's needed, because it's always more than one issue. So you'll notice black mould and things like that, but there's probably more than one issue going off if you've got that. So you probably have some rising damp, maybe a bit of penetrating damp. So we have to go and we have to look at your ventilation and everything and do you a bit of report, and it costs money. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one of these out when we go. So anybody that books one of the a damp condensation survey in winter, is going to get one of them free. So offer us. I've said that now, so I can't go back on it. Trying to sell some of these and pay for my holiday in Ibiza. No chance ever. Right, so but we want me and Tanya, we want everybody in England to have one of these. We want every single house to have one. That it's not going to make us redundant. Don't worry about that. It's not going to make damp surveyors any less. It gives any less work, because as long as it rains, there'll be something for us to do, because moisture and water makes our job a lot better. 2 weeks ago, you know, when it was bouncing it down, it was like stair rods, when water were coming down and it were laughing like drains or whatever, water coming out. That's when I'm at my happiest. That's when I'm at my happiest. Because I just know that all them damp patches are going to show up on walls and people, your phone's going to be ringing. So anybody out there that wants to get into a good business, become a damp surveyor or get into damp work, because we've got hundreds of millions of properties and they all need maintaining. And as long as it rains, there'll always be damp issues. So it's a good industry to get into. That's a good advert from me. So I don't know, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm just hoping that everything's saved and whatever. So, well, we're still recording on here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I can advise you with. Out I've missed regarding these moldless things. So basically you've got hygrometers which work on humidity, and obviously metal bends due to humidity. Now a barometer, that works on air pressure. And I'm racking my brain now. A barometer, right? So a barometer, I don't know if a barometer is the same as a thermometer. Barometer works on air pressure, but I'm sure that a barometer. Let me just check this. I'm sure that a barometer uses mercury. I'm not sure. Why am I saying that? I'm not sure. Barometer made of. Here we go. Barometer made out of mercury. So all that schooling at St Michael's weren't lost on me. And the thermometer's made out of mercury. I definitely know that. I'll find out what metal hygrometers. Just before we go, hygrometer made of. Right, what's an hygrometer made of? Please, Google. No, so it's not showing me out. What metal is a hygrometer made out of? Google. So we'll find out now. It normally talks. Why isn't it talking? Hygrometers work measuring humidity, obs. That's what we said, isn't it? That's what we said. We want to know what metal it is. There are two. Right, here we go. This is going to tell me. So this is telling me about a rainforest now. We can measure changes in humidity. But yeah, but how? What metal is it? Twisted fibre hygrometers. No, this is not working, is it, as a psychometer? I know all about them, I wanted to know what metal it was. Electric hygrometer. You see, when I were at college, what we used to use is first time I ever saw one when I was doing my HNC at college, and they showed us a whirling hygrometer. So basically, it looked like two thermometers taped together onto an old football rattle. Now, if you want to know what an old football rattle was, it was before my time, but I have seen them. Basically, a rattle that made a rattling noise, and they used to take them to football, and it just used to make a rattling noise. I think it was precursor to what do they call them other things? Vuvuzela. So that went vuvuzela like that. So basically, just made a noise. And I think at some point, probably when it got to late 70s, when football hooligans started, they stopped him from taking him in because I think they used to hit people with him. So first hygrometer I saw was a whirling hygrometer, and this is just showing one here, so that's just what's reminded me. So basically you've got a temperature thermometer like there, you've got some kind of material, and then you've got one touching it, and you've got two readings, and then you have to go on to psychometric charts and stuff like that. So about that, I think I've failed you now, Fort Metal. Oh, hang on. I thought I'd seen it then. There's a picture. Oh, diamond. What's a diamond? Well, anyway, that's your homework. So if you can find out what metal is in one of these hygrometers, this is open to everybody except for Tanner Elridge. Have a look on Google and put it in comments. So that's today's quiz, and you can win one of these. So I'll pick one lucky reader, viewer, and first person to put in comments what metal we use on this type of hygrometer, which is the moldless. So if you do a bit of research, if you go onto Tanya's website, www.mold-less.co.uk, I'm sure information is going to be on there, and if you can stick it in comments, then one lucky person will have this sent to them via first class post. So I'm going to wrap that up now. All I'm going to say to you is please subscribe for some more valuable, informative videos. I'm going to try, and every bit of knowledge I've got to do with damp proofing, I'm going to put on these videos and give people a bit of knowledge, tell people how we do stuff in a straight talking manner, from an ex-tradesman, well, from a tradesman / surveyor / whatever, raggy lad. So it's from a no-nonsense point of view. I'm not a professor, I don't know big words, so it'll be from a short word, brainy kid that knows what he's on about, but I find it hard to put across, so I'll probably get better. Right, Damp Sam signing off. Please subscribe, please check website out, and give us a like. Share this video if you think someone else might need to know about the moldless, or hear our jingle. Right, have a great rest of your day.